Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our second series of the day set to get underway. Cloud9 versus Alliance. Elimination on the line. What's going on, LD?
Oh, this is a big match. Can you? I honestly, I was really surprised in round one when it was Cloud9 versus Empire. You know, most people have had Secret, Empire, Cloud9 as their top three European teams, but there's been some new bold Swedish contenders. And of course, ASUS.Polar with their sudden new roster. That seems to be a big shot in the arm for them. But
yeah,
Alliance, NIP, two teams that could make a run here at the same time. Totally possible that Cloud9 finds their mojo. This would be the time to do it. Last time they played the Summit qualifiers, there was only one European slot, and they fell short to Secret in the grand finals. They actually got stomped 3-0, but this time there are two slots for Europe, as well as that potential redemption vote.
The bets are pretty even, 43% for Cloud9, 57% for Alliance. So on that hot streak right now, we'll see if Alliance can live up to the fan hype. Let's go ahead and look at this draft, see what these teams are doing. And, well, it's Cloud9 that gets first pick this go-round, and they open with the Bird. Caw to get things started. Bat Rider Lion, the opener here for Alliance.
Yeah, Phoenix first pick from Cloud9. That is a little unconventional, and they're going to go for this very heavy magic damage strat, it looks like. The Zeus Phoenix, they've been running. I feel like every game FOD has played for the past week has been Zeus. It's been like Zeus, Zeus, Zeus. I loves that Midas. They don't really play the Zeus. He used to be thought of, I think, more as like an early to mid-game nuker, but you know, I don't know if that was ever truly what his role was, but you go back a couple of years ago, he wasn't even getting picked. And when he did, it was a very kind of situational, throw a Zeus into a global strat. Nowadays, when Cloud9 runs him, it's like they just want to go late game with this guy. Eternal Envy has been tweeting about how difficult it is to end games in this patch, and well, we saw the Zeus Naga. Was it yesterday or maybe it was 2 days ago? I think it was 2 days. Oh, maybe it was yesterday. I don't even remember. But
I can't keep it straight.
Yeah, it seems like Cloud9 feel like their feeling in this patch is it's very difficult to win games early, and a lot of other teams are struggling to close games out. So let's just take it ultra late. Let's have multiple heroes that can scale well. Let's pick up a couple of extra Midases and just draft in such a way that even if we lose 2-3 team fights, we have buybacks, we have Aegis, we have Cheese, and all the lanes are pushed out so that you can't punish it and look to go win the game. Alliance, much more kind of traditional standard opening here with the Bat Rider Lion. Great burst damage, good pick-off potential. Very well-rounded start. If it was anyone but Cloud9, I'd be like, this is weird. But, you know, with Cloud9, this is, at this point, par for the course.
Yeah, and over in China, you see Phoenix prioritized a lot like this. I saw it first picked a few times when we were casting last week, and a lot of priority on that hero. I'm curious if Alliance will ban out the Trien. Is that something that Cloud9 have been running in tandem with their Phoenix? That is one of the tried and true combos that a lot of teams have been hyping up.
They don't seem to run the Phoenix with the tree as much.
Okay.
Frankly,
definitely not a necessity.
Last 10 games, no tree games played. So they like the Phoenix, but it's more of a standalone. And, well, where do they want to go from here? Coming out of this next phase, it'll be Alliance with the first pick. They've been doing mostly stuff centered around that Loda Slardar. That's kind of been one of their go-tos. We've seen Pycat's Troll and Sniper increasingly getting banned, so it doesn't seem like he's able to get his hands on that hero particularly often. And, well, what else have they been running? The offlane Spirit Breaker here, there. We've seen some Wisp strats. They did the Wisp CK. Wisp ban first phase, though, so we're not going to see that. I do like this Naga ban, though. As mentioned, Cloud9. Their dirty Zeus Naga duo. It's like they had an ancient apparition. That was the other hero. So it's like the Naga illusions start burning you down. Zeus pops the double ulti. Ice Blast comes in. Once he gets an Ags, like you can be full health and you're pretty much dead.
Yeah, especially supports. You're going down. So all right, no tree ban. Alliance. What do they ban here? Fourth, probably another Envy hero, perhaps. They may want to consider taking that Spectre out of the pool. In case Cloud9 are looking for something more of a global strat. They could also ban out the Ancient Apparition, any kind of a global hero that could work nicely. Open-ended for Cloud9, though. The Zeus could kind of be bait for some of these bans, and yeah, there you go. That's the AA. So Alliance will at least cover their bases. You're doing a little bit of research here.
If they want to go global, there's Spectre out there, but it's a fairly weak laning hero, something that could be punished by Alliance. The Bat Rider already a pretty decent hero to exploit that, and I don't think it's something Eternal Envy's been running particularly often. Looking at their last 10 games, there is not a single Spectre in there. It looks like he did run the Terrorblade once.
It was banned out in at least two of their most recent two of their 10 most recent games. It's been fifth banned a couple of times, sort of that fear of Ultra Global. So
Juggernaut's a big hero for Eternal Envy. He's been ignored so far, so I think that might be his option. But for now, it's going to be Alliance with the pick, and they go right into the Ake Chen. So they've got the Bat Chen line, very strong mid-game heroes. The Bat who can really scale well into the late game as an initiator. But this looks like a draft that they may just want to try and snowball off of the Batrider Blink, the Chen mech, and just take all the outer towers within that first, I would say, like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's pretty well aware of the Ake Chen these days and the amount of pressure he can put on the other team, even going towards that late game. Now that Chen has that Aghanims upgrade, it lets him scale a little bit more. You can at least pick up that Granite Golem, spam out that heal, and he does have some options towards the latter portion of a match, despite not really being your ideal support there.
Yeah. Oh, what do Cloud9 want to do here? They don't.
So many different ways they could go with this.
This isn't really a push strat per se, but it's lineup that can take towers. They don't have a great initiator. That's the big thing I think is already lacking for Cloud9. The Phoenix, Zeus, not really your heroes to start the fight. More heroes that dish out a lot of damage, want to clean up, and
whoa,
the counter jungler comes out. They pick up the bounty hunter. Somebody ran this and got 3 courier kills the other day. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Na?
I don't think it was a game that
I think it was Saniko for Navi.
Okay.
He got 3 courier kills, completely shut down the enemy Chen, and it was after he gave up first blood was the crazy part. Crazy part.
That's what I was just going to point out, that we've certainly seen this strat before, and it feels like a 50-50 matchup to me. If the bounty hunter plays it perfectly, leeches all the experience, it's really devastating. Slows down the Chen so much, your bounty can snipe those big last hits on the big creeps and stuff. But if he missteps, if there's a ward that he's not ready for, if they come with a dust, if the supports rotate in, if Lion's lingering in the trees and he dies once, maybe twice, he can very quickly become a liability that does not really recover that well in terms of his ability to power farm. So could work out nicely for Cloud9, but could also be a disaster. Queen of Pain now the 4th pick for Alliance.
It is risky when you go bounty hunter. I think Cloud9 will be also concerned a Zeus at this point, or sorry, not a Zeus, a Void to go with the Zeus. They seem to like that combo. They work pretty well together. Where they really excel is when they've got like an Ancient Apparition who buffs up the magic damage both from the bash of the Void as well as all of the Zeus nukes. So I think Void's a possibility, but when you pick Bounty Hunter, you further weaken your ability to defend objectives. Though perhaps with track hold and buybacks, you can make up for any you give up. But yeah, I think at this point, they maybe look towards something more aggressive for Eternal Envy, something that can actually get involved in fights. His Naga's banned out anyway, so that's not really a reliable option. But they still need that here to start a fight. They just don't have anyone who can engage and begin a pick off.
They also don't really have much control right now. The only stun they have is that Phoenix ult. Here you go, Bane support that gives you some control. Ulti that goes through BKB, Nightmare.
Yeah.
I guess that does that count as an initiator?
I mean, it's Misery Bane, right?
Yeah.
So, this guy has been an absolute workhorse on the hero. I think out of all the Bane players, the one that's had the biggest plays and the brightest under the brightest spotlights over the past year or so. So
5 seconds
there's a lot of pressure on the Bane, but if anyone can make it work, it's probably Misery.
Yeah. Still a little bit light on true stuns, though. You've got Nightmare, which is sort of 50-50. It's a disable, but not traditional stun. And then Fiend's Grip, amazing if you can get it off in the right scenario, but the nature of it being channeling also makes it a little bit dicey. I feel like they need something really reliable, though. With this final pick, it will need to be your Envy hero. So Cloud9 will try this first game, just lacking on good old-fashioned stuns. Slark this final ban from Alliance. Cloud9 going to think about it a little.
Slark, I'm not sure with the Bane pick if the Void's the way they want to go. It is a pretty long cooldown ultimate is the other concern. And Alliance can fight often. The Queen of Pain ult can be a long cooldown. Outside of that, though, all their ults are pretty low, and they fight often and well. So I think if you're Alliance, they also are looking for their carry here. And it's going to be the Juggernaut, something that I thought I initially mentioned as a possibility for Eternal Envy. It's banned out now by Cloud9, so they're not going to get their hands on it. What do Alliance want here? They could go for a Slark as well. I think the hero could have fit either team, but now with the ban, it'll have to be something different. I mean, what else has Loda played historically? There's Anti-Mage, there's really not a whole lot of
He's
regular
played Sven a time or two, but
normally
I think
with
only
the
with a Wisp. Yeah.
I mean, I think they've even run a Loda Night Stalker once or twice as a safe lane farmer.
They have definitely done that. I've cast it at least once, if not twice. But
this pick determines their entire approach. All of these Alliance heroes could be a part of a late game style lineup. It could be a part of a very aggressive early to mid game type fighting strat, but PA.
Oh, the PA. How could we forget the PA?
It's a good balance here. It's a hero that can fight early, scales well with farm at the same time, and does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it seems like the PA build that a lot of players are really comfortable with is getting some early items to let you fight a little bit and then transition into a Battle Fury if you need to, kind of in that 15-20 minute range. So you can still farm very well into the mid game, but still get kills early on and utilize the nature of those big crits.
What is our Lord and Savior, Sama himself, going to be playing here, Andrew?
This could still be a Spectre game. I don't know that this is the right draft for it.
It's so greedy.
It is. What's a slightly less greedy option, though?
I still think the Void is a bit less greedy just because once he has the ult, they can fight around it well. It could set up the egg really nicely. Zeus dishes out a lot of damage during a Chronosphere. Normally you can get off at least one lightning bolt, two of your arc lightnings in the ultimate, and that's 4 static field proc. So still, I don't think he goes particularly well with Bounty Hunter or Bane, which is where I'm wondering if there's something else in mind.
I mean, Drill Ranger is one that comes to mind, though again doesn't feel like a good draft for it. Takes the Phantom Lancer.
Okay, I think that's probably a better choice than the Void because he can fight more often. And even if you win a fight off the back of Chrono, Alliance can just come right back and start taking objectives after that. But this PL, always ready to get active, and it is the ratty hero. I mean, he even looks like a walking rat, to be honest. If this needs to go late for Cloud9, they're going to be okay with that. They have the track gold. They've got 3 heroes that scale exceptionally well with the farm. The Zeus, the PL, and, well, not exceptionally well, but scales pretty well in the Phoenix. At the same time, though, I think PA is one of the better carries versus PL. Has the evasion. MKB is not that great on PL because the illusions don't get the benefit of it. Natural Battle Fury carrier. And sure, when the PL illusions spawn, they're not always right in front of you, but PA's tanky as hell with the evasion. So can normally fight our way through. Now, you can't lifesteal off of the illusions, which is a bit of a concern, but you also kill them very damn quickly with a crit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking, where it just takes one big crit when those illusions spawn out, and all of a sudden that Phantom army has been cleaned up. So
I'm very curious. I mean, I think the big thing for Cloud9 in the laning stage is just going to be this Bounty Hunter versus Ched matchup. Does Big Daddy get it done early? He's already got 3 runes. If they have a good start on Big Daddy, they're in great shape. If he gets shut down, then that could easily snowball into Alliance taking a lot of outer towers, securing that early Roche, and just having the objective advantage moving into the mid-game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's the big question mark. All the other lanes should be fairly straightforward, as we would expect, with just rotations and finding positioning. But the Bounty Hunter, a degree of finesse here. And already No Tail, the Big Daddy, moving through the jungle, scouting things out, and look at this trap. They've got it set. Sentry Ward down, Alliance hiding in the trees. They're ready and waiting for a play like this.
Oh, man, this 5-man stack. Big Daddy's not going to see this one. Oh. The ping comes out. The dust is there. They need this first stun, though. The Hex, they got him. Dagger coming through. He's fairly tanky with 5 armor. Jukes through the trees, heads to the north. They need more lockdown to get this kill. Is he really just going to walk away from all 5? Another dagger. The dust is going to wear off, though, and
Big Daddy lives.
A massive commitment here. The Sentry Ward getting dropped as well as the dust.
Also, Batrider skilling Sticky level 1. That's generally regarded as a bit of a victory. Could be dangerous for him in the offlane without Firefly. And Queen, she went Dagger level 1, which is also revealed. We've seen that backfire at times if a support's lingering nearby, knowing she has no escape vehicle. There's a lot of intel that's been revealed here.
Yeah, as well as the fact that they blew a sentry. So now it means that their camp's blocked. They've got 1 less sentry to work with to de-ward it. And, you know, this is not the easiest camp to de-ward. Let's see if Ake's going to find the right placement. First, he's got to recognize that's blocked. And now Big Daddy, another ward dropped down at the big camp. This ward advantage is probably even a bigger deal than anything else. Like, the fact that they wasted that sentry means they may struggle to get this Chen off to a good start. In theory, it kind of hurts Big Daddy, because then he doesn't have experience to leech, but it seems like these 2 supports are just going to be on dual roam duty. They do not want to leave the Chen alone against this vicious little creature, the Bounty Hunter.
I guess the key difference is that Bounty Hunter has track, so he can find recovery as his team finds kills later on in the game. Ake, he doesn't quite have that same luxury. He's just got to do it the old-fashioned way and sit back in the jungle. He will find a Wild Wing Ripper to get things started, kills the little ones. Not too much experience going the way of Chen for that one. A whopping 24.
I do want to point out little Cluckles making the long way back to base. Just wanted to deliver a magic stick mid to Loda, but you got to be disciplined with your courier, especially before you get up to the 3-minute mark and can upgrade it. As we'll have a ward war here. Ake stopping to hit Big Daddy does get the D ward on one of them, but still, the pole camp's blocked off, and Lion and Chen both very level dependent. This is already a great start for Cloud9.
Yeah, not only is it stopping these Radiant supports from getting a lot of XP, but it's also giving a lot to this Phoenix. Without the lane control, Pycat doesn't really have too many options here, and he's forced to move into the tower where Bone 7 closing in on level 3 already. Great start for the Phoenix, who's also gotten 4 last hits. You compare that to Nikwa here in the off lane. He is level 2, going for the double ring of protection opener. Guess things not going too poorly for him, but definitely not as good. That's what's happening with this Phoenix, as back and forth happening in the jungle here. Ake having that dance party with his Wild Wing. We'll try to finish off these Centaurs. So far, so good. Big Daddy's
they are wrapping around, though,
nice.
Mad. Not able to get in range. They even bring in Pycat. He's the Dust Bearer, it looks like, and now Big Daddy gonna get caught out. They need a stun here. He goes for it, barely clipping him, and that was such a crucial first blood. I love the rotation by Pycat. That's something you don't often see, is your safe lane farmer going all the way over here in the jungle, but they needed it. Without that Pycat rotation, they do not get that kill.
And Pycat gets the first blood, so it's well worth his journey to trek all the way across. And right after that, knowing the bounty hunter's down, there aren't eyes in the jungle, Alliance smoke up. Ake without really a great creep for ganking. It is just a Wild Wing, but they'll do what they can, and they want to try to put some hurt onto Fada. They do ping him out. Lion does have enough mana for both a Hex and an Earth Spike. This will be a tough kill, though, LD. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it too easily.
Daytime. It is a little bit trickier to get up nice and close, and
good positioning for
Big Daddy's going to be making the call if he hasn't already. These supports have been missing for a while now. They don't actually have a ward that sees anything in the jungle, just one that blocks the camp, but Alliance, unable to get anything done, are now going to move into the dire jungle. Now, the cool thing about this is that your PA mid is pretty survivable against the bounty hunter gank, and so too is the Queen of Pain. As long as she doesn't use Blink offensively, she should be able to retreat out. So they can get away with this offensive jungle, and now there's pressure on top as well as mid, especially that mid lane. Fada is going to have to tower hug, so I don't think playing offensive jungle is the worst thing in the world here for Alliance, though you can already see Big Daddy TPs, and they do not want to let Alliance get up in their woods. They could go in, actually, yeah, it does have the sleep, but nobody really to follow it up.
Yeah, Ake's still only level 1, though, on this Chen. Bounty Hunter, he's still level 1 himself, so even though Chen's getting shut down, it does come at a cost. That is one of the issues with this strategy, is you have to sacrifice one of your supports to shut down the opposition support as well. Big Daddy will rotate through mid and get some eyes on the rest of the team. The big winner, though, is Envy. He's just farming away in this safe lane, the leading last hitter on the PL. And actually, all 3 cores on the dire side are topping the last hit chart right now.
I feel like this is all because of the bounty hunter. Because of the bounty hunter, the Lion's been following around the Chen trying to kill the bounty hunter. The Queen of Pain leaves her lane to try and kill him. They move into the enemy jungle, and in the meantime, you've got Cloud9 with their Bane just comfortably zoning out the Bat Rider. They're able to 2v1 him. The Zeus has been under a bit of pressure from the Chen, but not nearly as much as he would have been otherwise. And well, because of this pressure in the jungle, they're able to capitalize elsewhere, and that is key. As you mentioned, Big Daddy's going to be a bit underleveled. He now makes his way onto low to mid. Well, or maybe not.
Under the tower. That's sort of an awkward movement from Big Daddy. Now the ensnare comes out. Do they have any dust to spare?
The dust
no,
is on
don't.
the quap,
it's all on the
unfortunately.
quap. Okay. Still, kind of an awkward movement from the bounty hunter, and he's lacking on the regen. He's got none except the clarities.
Yeah, he's just going to body block this big camp. It's so much economic damage by Big Daddy. He's level 2 compared to the level 2 Chen, so he is managing to keep the Chen down. And that's the thing to keep in mind, is if both heroes are going to be kept down... Oh, mid lane. Loda. Slept up. This could be a kill.
Fada. 6, and there you go. That's easy. Okay.
No backtrack for this PA, only the evasion. So
yep,
pretty useless against all the magic damage.
Nice setup mid, though. Very easy rotation, but Zeus will find a kill, and that, of course, helps Fada's bottom line now. Gets him very close to level 7, and he'll be in good shape. Pycat can do some decent space in the safe lane. 26 and 7. His CS score looking quite healthy. It took a little dip because of that first blood rotation. I think if we glance at net worth here, he should be rather healthy. And yeah, right there behind the PL by just a last hit or 2. It's just this Zeus that's now pulled ahead. 31 last hits and that kill to his name, making his life a lot easier. Checking back in on the Radiant jungle, Ake 1 or 2 creep kills away from level 3. Big Daddy's already beat him to it. But
and he just stole one of his big creeps as well, though. The Wild Wing Ripper from bad to worse here. They will find Boat 7, but not before he's able to snag the haste turn. And now instead they'll turn for Big Daddy. Dust is used. Looks like they should get the kill, but there might be a trade from Cloud9. Out comes the Thunder God's Wrath, the Thunderbolt. Oh, if they get 2, and the Lion brought low will be forced back. Even if they just kill the bound top lane, not even done yet.
Yeah, they dive on
making
a
move on Nikwa.
Looks like he'll be fine, though. Moving around in the trees, fogging them pretty well. Pressuring the Bat Rider, but unable to find a kill there. Fada getting a lot of momentum now, LD. 2-0-1. That was a nice little trade down there. Even killing the Chen before the Bounty Hunter goes down. That's great for Big Daddy. He gets all that yummy experience and helps him out quite a bit.
You know, the thing is, even if Big Daddy just dies there and they don't get any kills on Cloud9, I still think that's a good move for Cloud9 because they're getting free farm in all their other lanes, and well, getting the 2-for-1 just makes it that much sweeter. They now get a nice aggressive ward up, planted down by Misery, and this will allow Cloud9 to just keep good tabs on everything Alliance are doing. They may try to set up shot mid lane. Misery, not level 6 yet, he's only 4. They're trying to go on Loda, and man, does he drop fast to that Zeus.
That is a lot of damage. Even the Bounty Hunter, just with that backstab from the Shadow Walk, moving in there. He will get dusted, hexed up behind the tower, and it will be a 1-for-1 trade. Nightmare from the Bane, hoping for a deny, it seems like, but looks like that won't happen. They can find him in the tree line, or can they? Whoa, he's still alive. But now he's 7. They've got to put down a sentry. Bone 7 will fall to Nikwa, it looks like. Nope, the zap from Zeus is enough for the bird to turn around. No, not really a bird, the Bat Rider to turn around. All right.
This game is an unmitigated disaster for Alliance in the laning stage. Level 3 Chen at 8 minutes in. The Lion's only level 4 and change. The Bat Rider's been shut down in the off lane. Nikwa has no stacks to go back to in the jungle because Big Daddy's not only been shutting down the Chen, he's been body blocking the camps, and they've also ward blocked a few of them. So Bat Rider is behind, Chen is behind, Lion is at least a little bit behind as they're going to make a go on him mid now. May take him down as well. Shuriken, not quite enough, but that's what the Zeus ulti's for, just to secure the kill. Loda's behind too. He's been ganked 3 times mid. The only hero who's having an okay time is this Queen of Pain safe lane, but Queen of Pain safe lane against all this magic damage and this burst is...
Yeah.
It's a lot to ask of PyCat to carry the game from here. This is an excellent position, and it's just Cloud9 playing their classic Dota. You know, they often play drafts like this and lose the laning stage and still win. Just finding those pickoffs, using buybacks to their advantage, making trades. They're winning the laning stage and they're running one of these kinds of drafts, and they will make another go on mid.
They're going on to Nikwa this time, though. Big Daddy's there. He doesn't find the kill. They get the sentry ward down. They turn it around on the Bounty Hunter this time. Zeus still finds the kill on Lion. Misery, ooh, gets crit by a dagger. But the follow-up's not going to be there. It'll be another 1-for-1. They just keep trading this Bounty Hunter for kills.
That's practically a Midas on Fada, if he wants it, which is his go-to item, I think, on the Zeus. So,
I mean, Big Daddy is absolutely playing Sacrificial Lamb here. 800 net worth, but you look at Fada's, and I think that's more than made up for his lack of progress. And as we talked about, once Big Daddy finds level 6, things will get a lot easier, and you'll see at least a little bit of farm go his way when they get these kind of kickoffs.
Misery sees a TP on top. Now he's going to immediately start rotating onto Nikwa. No, he goes back towards mid. The Zeus ult's coming soon, so they're ready to make a play.
Okay, TP coming in. Envy will just back out.
Rain Sap on the Loda.
Rune. Oh, it's Loda dead here. No, the blink to the low ground. Now they've got a dust. They want Big Daddy again. Earth Spike connects. Chen has an army nearby, and, well, they'll kill the Phantom Lancer up top.
Oh, meanwhile, in the top lane, they tried to make a go. They did bring down the PL of Eternal Envy, but the egg came out. Bone 7 gets 2 in return with the Zeus ult. Insta buyback on Loda to get back into this, and he's already poor to begin with. 2,400 net worth. He's not even half of the Zeus's, and
he gets nothing from that buyback.
Nothing done.
Yeah, they all just TP out. Wow, well, I was looking at the wrong fight there. I saw that little pick off, but the real action was with the egg in the top lane. Now Cloud9, they have secured themselves a very sizable lead for 10 minutes. Nearly 4,000 net worth and experience. Of course, Fata topping the charts, but this safe lane PL looking pretty good with farm so far. Now even this Phoenix, the off laner for Cloud9, has overtaken the safe laner of the raid.
Now Fata jumping in mid lane. He is just wrecking these heroes.
It's level 11 now.
He's bullying everyone on the Zeus, and one bolt is over half of Matt's health, it looks like, or just about with the magic resistance. He's immediately forced back, and they could just, if you have low HP heroes against this Cloud9 draft, you just get sniped. Every time that they've got a Shuriken, a Zeus bolt, as well as an ultimate, you throw like maybe a one extra nuke in there, that's a kill on most heroes. They're going to try to go on Fada. This is the hero they want to focus down first and foremost. To get off the Impale, defensive sleep, not good enough. Tomato claps him down.
Oh, and it's Shen that gets the kill, ends the mega kill streak. Ake desperately needed that. Now finding his level 5, things looking a little bit better for him. All of a sudden, 1,500 gold sitting in his inventory, so perhaps Mechanism may not be too far off.
1 kill, 1,700 experience, Wayne. That's a sign of how far behind they were getting in experience. Normally when you run the Chen, you're ahead, but this Bounty Hunter pick has really paid dividends for Cloud9.
Now No Tail will just get a little bit of recovery farm in the bottom lane. Dings is level 6 as he gets some solo XP time. PL will finish off...
they have Dust.
Oh, no, pardon me. That's PA finishes off that.
Bottom lane, they make a go onto Big Daddy.
Okay.
They had the Dust for Mad, just walked in, Queen of Pain blink forward, and they're able to get the kill, but racking up kills on the Bounty Hunter really doesn't matter that much. It's better than nothing, but every kill costs them a Dust, so it's already a bit of a gold investment.
That's true.
And then on top of that, you're killing a hero that ultimately will only be there to spam track and give vision later on in the game.
It does feel like the biggest problem for Alliance right now is their Bat Rider. This is that hero that wants to be controlling the game at this stage. We're 12 minutes in, he's only halfway to a blink, and that's assuming he doesn't want to stop off for a bottle or tranquils. Having neither of those right now. At this rate, we're looking at like a 20-minute blink dagger or something, which is just... Oof.
Yeah, and again, that's also... they might go on Nico here, top lane.
Speed of the devil. Yeah, there's your Phoenix Egg. That should be a pretty easy kill. Ake's there with Centaur, but it just doesn't matter. Now Bone 7 comes back, reborn with plenty of HP to spare. Envy going in a little bit deep. They'll lose their Queen of Pain, and Envy's still alive for now. Can he actually live through this? Nobody makes enough space that they kill the PA also. Bane gets credit for that one. It's a 1-for-3 trade in the top. Cloud9 coming out big once again.
Bottom lane, Mad gets run down by Big Daddy, finds the kill with the help of Fada.
1-for-4 across the map.
From bad to worse here. How big would it be if Alliance had Hand of God there? We're 13 minutes in. This is an Ake Chen, and he doesn't have Hand of God.
He would have at least made a difference.
I would love to see the stats on how often Ake has not been at least level 6 by 13 minutes in. I imagine it's very uncommon.
Yeah.
Man, they've shut down the Chen, and it's just the whole game plan's falling apart here for Alliance.
I mean, just look at the inventories. They're completely barren for the Radiant side. Dire starting to get some of those core items coming out now. You see Arcane Boots on the Bane, Blink Dagger on the Zeus, and oh, that's a Hand of Midas coming out on the Phoenix already. Bone 7 begins that quest to start climbing to level 16. Now back towards the Radiant jungle. Chen just initiated on him, brought down in a matter of seconds. That's a track kill as well. So now this Bounty Hunter starts to find some extra money coming his way. Fata will get left behind. Mad gives him the finger, and they'll find a kill there. Loda gets tracked up, and that'll be the sign for No Tail to head back towards the base. 1-for-1, but still keeping that Chen down, and that's more time that he is not level 6.
You know, the cool thing about the Bounty Hunter pick is he kind of, to some extent, counters the rubber band, right? Like, normally if you trade, it's just going to be flat out terrible for you when you have a significant lead, but when you're trading with track gold, they still get that big, juicy dose of experience, but it at least mitigates some of the gold disparity that's earned. So I think, given that it's only a level 1 track, in general, trades are probably still bad for Cloud9 unless they've got like the whole team there. But as the game moves along, if they accrue that lead and they have to resort to them to try and take objectives, they could still end up breaking even or maybe even coming out on top. They'll finally take this tower down top lane. By the way, Eternal Envy not spending his gold here. I'm curious to see what he goes for. Is it that
it's a Boots of Travel first item on the courier?
Huh.
Very interesting.
You know, PO actually has decent damage output at this stage of the game. When everyone's this squishy and poor, like, they still don't have Hand of God. We're now 15 minutes in. This has to be closing in on the worst level 6 timing Ake's had in a professional game.
Oh, it's going to go on longer, LD. He's not even farming right now. He's grouped up with his team. He's got 3 creeps. They're desperately trying to do anything they can to regain some momentum here. Now the BOTs get delivered to Envy, and I guess he just wants to split the map around, make sure there's always somewhere that he can farm and capitalize on it. Now we'll see the initiation, the Icarus dive in. There's your Phoenix Egg. Loda will jump to the creep wave. Track starting to come up on 2 heroes now. And Loda almost dead already. Gets hit by some fiery spirits. He'll be all right. Mad. Okay, he won't tick down quite yet, but he will fall to the Phantom Lancer as the Spirit Lance comes in. Now Ake brought in by Fada, chases him down, finds the kill on the PA, now brings down the Chen. It's just a
TP back as
disaster for
Pycat. He
Alliance.
unloads the ultimate, but it doesn't seem like it's quite good enough. Gets the Phoenix kill. That's going to be it. Fada on the chase. Bolt coming out. Another zap for good measure. While meanwhile, Nikwa has the Blink Dagger. Yet to use the lasso. Can he find a target to latch onto? Track. Gonna help all of Cloud9 to escape. No, just kidding. They don't want to escape. They want to run in and fight here. Nikwa almost finished off. Fada might go in for a Blink Bolt. No, he's going to play it safe and just back out.
Low on mana here. So it could have been a lot worse for Alliance. They limp away with 2 low health heroes, but Cloud9 just completely controlling that fight, being the aggressors there and finding yet another good exchange. Now 17-11. The gold lead continues while Envy farms out the Radiant jungle for now. Curious what will go next item. I feel like that Diffusal Blade has to be pretty high on the priority list.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's any chance, you know, we see something unusual like that Radiance build, which doesn't seem to be very popular in PL nowadays, but you know, I wouldn't entirely rule it out. The more standard build would, yeah, be Diffusal Blade, maybe the Manta style. As Mad is going to smoke, he gets revealed and just runs away. Didn't feel confident about going in, and if he pops the dust there, he would have seen a Bounty Hunter, but I don't know if he even gets the kill. Nikwa has managed to stay under cover of smoke, but now out comes the ult, and they get the vision on Nikwa. He blinks out just in the nick of time. Still, though, with that Zeus ult, they can very comfortably strut up bottom and take their 3rd tier 1 of the game. Alliance still yet. They're running a Chen, and they've yet to scratch a tower.
And that's a lot of the power of this this Zeus hero. Of course, he does big damage, can control that mid lane, but when you go to siege towers like this in enemy territory, you pop that ult, you get vision, it stops that Bat Rider dead in his tracks, and makes this from what could have been a defense for Alliance to just a free tower here for Cloud9.
Rotate towards top now, but these wards for Misery, spotting everything. You know, it's not just the great aggressive wards, it's also the track, the Zeus ult. You just toggle on the Dire Vision, and it feels like more often than not, they see either everything or very close to it.
Yeah, most definitely. Now Alliance will start to put some pressure towards the top lane. Loda chipping at the tower, and his teammates are on their way. Anything that they can find at this point, they'll be happy to take a tier 1 tower, even if it means they have to trade some of their own. Right now, it is 3-0 in total tower count. They will scout out Big Daddy. They dust him. The Bat Rider nearby, but can't quite find the lasso. Now Fiend's Grip onto Pycat. The egg is right nearby. Pycat will probably get hit by the Supernova. He does as he comes back down from the Yules. That should set up the kill on the Quap. He does blink away, but can't get away from Envy. He gets that one with the Spirit Lance. Now the rest of Alliance kind of in shambles as they try to retreat. They'll lose the Bat Rider off the backside. Ake and Loda just trying to run to the side shop and do what they can to get out. Fada takes a finger, but he's still alive for now. Loda maybe reinitiates here. They get the Chen in the trees. Fada blinks back, and he just baits him in. Now they go on to Loda. There's the Nightmare to set it up. This will be another track kill. Mad, the only one left alive. A 5-0 as Cloud9 clean him up.
With track gold.
With track gold. Yes, sir. Oh my. That's like a 5,500 net worth game.
Yeah. And they're winning, too. When you see a gold, when you see that much gold, you know the track really comes into play. He's still only level 9. It's only the level 1 track, so he's only giving his allies the bonus 50, but Big Daddy personally is getting these huge ticks of gold every time he finds a kill, so it looks good here for Cloud9. I think the issue for Alliance that they're really struggling with is they just don't play that well as a draft from behind. That's really the big problem. Queen of Pain, a hero that wants to have an advantage. That's just the nature of the hero, is to snowball. The Chen, also a hero that really doesn't do much if he doesn't take those early towers, you know, maybe start to 5-man or 4-man with his team and go for a Roshan early on. At this point in the game, the creep army just becomes food for all the nukes, and even the right clicks of Cloud9 start to head up. And PA Bat Rider, obviously a duo along with the Lion, is great late game lockdown. These three can scale pretty well, but it's just it feels like at best it's gonna be a 5-on-3 at some points this game, with the Chen really falling off. The Lion, who should be able to have an impact with farm, but so squishy that he just dies off the bat if he's anywhere near the fight. It's a very uphill battle for Alliance, and what makes it worse is what I was mentioning earlier, just the vision disadvantage. They're completely dewarded right now. The Radiant team has like the 1 ward mid, but just freshly planted, could quickly be removed here by Cloud9, and Cloud9 meanwhile seeing almost the entire open map.
Yeah, they've got a triangle here right around the Radiant Ancients to make sure they can punish anyone who tries to farm there. Cloud9 just picking up their luxury blinks. 4 blink daggers on this Dire side now. Even the Bounty Hunter, even the Phoenix, they've been able to pick them up. It's just Envy, who's not a card-carrying member of the Blink Club, Although he's got a Diffusal Blade, so he's still got plenty of tools to bring to the fights.
They're going to make their way on mid. Lance coming out onto Ake. Do they want to chase this? He's already got a completed Diffusal Blade. Eternal Envy. Now the lasso does isolate Misery, canceling the Fiend's Grip, which you just pop, but it's Nikwa who's forced to run and head for the hills, while meanwhile the rest of Alliance gets forced back. They're all getting tracked up now, and does Nikwa even get out of here? Blink forward from Misery, blink out from Nikwa. He barely escapes while Pycat gets pursued back towards the Radiant side of the map, and Supernova comes off, a blink forward from Mode 7, and Icarus dive around. The team not ready to engage just yet. Now throws out the Sunray, almost solo killing Loda. In fact, he will. Mad getting chased back. It's 3 heroes that fall. The Quap somehow died in the midst of it all as well. And
they've got to be close to GG territory
this is
at this
brutal.
point. Yeah, this is one of those games where I would say just tap out early and do not demoralize yourself anymore. This is getting more and more one-sided every single fight. The track goal continuing to add up, and more importantly, it doesn't feel like Alliance have any great plan moving towards the late game. They don't have any farming tools. They don't really have a great hard carry that's farming decently. You look at Loda's inventory, and that's one of their biggest bottlenecks right now. He's got Aquila, Power Treads, and Morbid Mask. Not exactly a scary PA here at the 22-minute
I mean,
mark.
obviously he needs a BKB.
Yeah.
But that's not really enough. They
and
still
that's not coming anytime soon either.
Yeah. It's a bold, ambitious item, but without a BKB, how can he really fight? He's dealing with Diffusal Blade, the Purge, all the Zeus nukes, and even if he gets one, as you mentioned earlier, there's still the Fiend's Grip. So I just don't know at this point.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some mistakes from Cloud9. Now they have lost some games with big advantages, but again, I think they have insurance against that rubber band and any sort of comeback with the track. It makes it very difficult to throw a lead this big.
And as we pointed out in the draft, their team is nothing to scoff at once you get towards that mid game, certainly the late game, with Zeus moving into a refresher, already 11 charges on that Bloodstone. Scanning things out here in the top, but Alliance will be okay. Ooh, down bottom. Envy will press forward on his PL, forces the blink from the Queen of Pain. She'll be okay.
Mad doesn't have a TP, but I don't think he was seen here.
Yeah, looks like he wasn't scouted out. That's lucky for him. That would have been a pretty easy kill for
They may have assumed he just TP'd out because it looks like Zeus did use his ulti.
Oh, up top, Fiend's Grip on to Loda. That's going to be a Supernova. The Fiend's Grip gets interrupted, but it doesn't matter. Still plenty of damage to bring down the PL. Now they set up on Nikwa with the Nightmare. Bone 7 comes flying on over. Sunrays, rather. It doesn't matter. They're going to find the kill there. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Lion's dead. Now they're going to chase down Pycat. He will dust Big Daddy, and there's like 3 fights going on at once here. Now Fada finds Ake in the jungle, forces out the mech, drops the rotation, blinks across, and now he sees the TPs coming in and will be forced back. But you see C9 just firing on all fronts, putting pressure on anybody
fighting
they
a
can
Quap,
find.
and he's going to win this, too. He's got a Bloodstone. Pycat's got to back the hell off.
And he's going to get this free gold from the Chen Creeps. Look at that, 2 Wild Wings and a Centaur.
This Zeus is playing like he's the troll. He's like blinking into heroes, fighting the Chen Creep army. And living to tell the tale. He's been doing some lifting, and I think this he's a small little fellow, this Zeus, but he's packing a punch far beyond his size.
He's turbocharged.
And again, it's not just about the fighting. It's again these wards that are just ruining any chance Alliance have to make a comeback. They can't even leave their base without being scouted, and that's if they ever do leave their base with a smoke. Well, that's what your Zeus is for.
Yep. You're right. Cloud9 just have superior vision. They've had it this entire game. Alliance trying to get down some sentry wards. They have a few, but only doing so much. Big Daddy's still rather elusive. He has the Blink Dagger, 1,400 gold, and this is where the Bounty Hunter can start transitioning into more damage-based items, and his right click will start to stack up as well.
Yeah, or even just the Dagon. They've already got all this magic damage. Might as well just blink, zap people, combined with the Zeus.
Yep.
I think if he wants damage, he goes Dagon. If he wants to be a little bit more survivable, can get that Yule's.
Yeah.
Yule Scepter wouldn't be bad. BKB is an option. Oh, they're going to find Mad, though. This could quickly be the death of him if anyone else comes in.
Yep. Looking at Dire Vision again, a couple of track targets, and I don't know what's going on here.
Every time I toggle the Dire Vision, it's like they see at least 2 or 3 heroes at all times.
Yeah.
Right now, Ake's tracked, Loda's showing mid, Neek was scouted by Ward and tracked for good measure. There's only 2 heroes off the map. How do you lose a game when you see at least 3 of the enemy team at all times?
Yeah, how do you
can never get surprised or ambushed. It's just not possible.
And once this refresher comes out on Fada, that's when things will be very, very difficult for this Radiant side. He's not there yet, but closing in, essentially a perseverance away. There's the ulti, brings Mad low. Maybe just a shuriken will bring him down. Nope.
Well, it's already used to initiate, but I'll bottom now.
do they find? Oh, Batrider. The lasso onto Misery. And no follow-up to be found. Lasso on cooldown, and Misery still pretty healthy. They'll burn a dust. It does actually catch Fada, but he opts forward and says, hey, Mad, well, see you later.
They're just not getting anything. Every time that they try to make a move, Cloud9 knows it's coming, is ready for it. And even if they do get ambushed, I mean, they've got a 20k gold lead, 25k, right?
Exactly.
So
at this point, they can just take a straight-up man fight. And,
even if they do fuck up and they're just out of position.
He had the recipe on the courier that whole time. Fada has a refresher at 26 minutes with a 12-charge Bloodstone.
Let's do an HP check. Chen, 800. Lion, probably around the same. Your Batrider, about 1,000. PA, only 1,000. And Lotus picked up a broadsword, so he's not even building a BKB. And well, Pycat a little bit tankier, 1,200 if he's on the power treads. Double Zeus ulti, that's a level 3 ult now, so you're looking at, he doesn't have the scepter, so you're looking at, what is that?
Like 1,300 damage pre-mitigation. So yeah, something like that, 900-ish. That's...
Yeah, if he gets the scepter, then yeah, then it's the 1,300.
Yeah. So that pretty much solo kills...
Well, it doesn't, I don't think it kills anyone outright, but it brings them all super low. It's like, you know, the PL's going to be getting a Lance in there, they've got the Shoryuken bouncing, they've got, you know, all these tools. And well, they've been off the map for a little while. Let's scout. Zeus ult, they find Load in the tree line, Brain Sap, and it looks like he should be dead.
Yep, does a little return damage to Big Daddy, but even the Supernova deployed for good measure there. Easy pick on the PA.
That's the crazy thing. The aggressive, they did get a gem, by the way. Alliance realized that Vision is their #1 enemy, and Pycat almost, when he backed bottom, he almost died with the gem right after the team picked it up. So barely able to survive and hold on to it. They do D-ward, but you know, even if you D-ward, they're still tracked. They're still the Zeus, so it's not like it's easy Vision removed by any means. Nico just gets run down by endless nukes from Fada.
I mean, you look at how the Batrider played that, and he goes in, shows himself, and he dies before he can even really react or do anything. There's no chance to blink out, and this is really just a bad game for the Batrider. He's now been surpassed by the Chen, and we remember how slow of a start Ake had this game. He's at least recovered to some degree. The Batrider is a non-factor this game. I mean, what's his current score? 0, 5, and 4. He's been involved in a couple of assists, but I don't think there's really been a single lasso that's yielded a direct kill from it. The few we've seen have just been backfires or he gets killed straight away.
And even if he gets a kill, there's always those trades, and usually he doesn't even get them. It's been a terrible game for Alliance from start to finish. There's just, you know, normally as a caster you try to find like that silver lining, or this is how they're going to come back, and
you always try to hang on to that sliver of hope, build that underdog story, but this one I'm having trouble.
It's got to take like,
we're at 30k golden experience.
I think that's like 4 full team wipe throws, because well, you also have to keep in mind they'll probably get some track hold, right? Even if they feed and throw a bit.
Yeah.
So maybe it takes 5 or 6 team wipe level throws to turn this around.
Cloud9, they've got some tier 2 towers up. They need to be like getting into well territory at this point if they really want to throw.
You know,
this away.
If you watch American football, I guess we've got a lot of European viewers, so the Twitch chat will be hating on me. But it's like if you have to throw Hail Mary every pass for like. You know, like four possessions just to get to a tie game to force overtime. Like,
yeah, that's a good
Or if you're down 5 goals in soccer and there's like 10, 15 minutes left or something.
Although soccer doesn't quite have that same Hail Mary style of play. I guess
you remove the keeper, I guess. Like hockey, you
get that extra player. So. It's a little more YOLO than a Hail Mary, perhaps.
You have to shoot a half court shot every time, 3-pointer, just to have a chance of coming back. Yeah. It's getting to that point for Alliance. Really.
Bone 7 picked up his Shivas. We'll see initiation onto the Bounty Hunter, but Big Daddy's, he's okay. They've got
you use that ulti. You take that kill. You use both those ultis if you got to.
But now the Cavalry's here. Pycat may get punished for this. Batrider, he's definitely left behind. He's slowed up by the Shivas. He's going down. 1 for 1, and Pycat does make it out. That's the important one. He is the gem carrier. I thought he may have passed it off to someone else before that kill came out. So they finally punished this Bounty Hunter and his killing spree.
They're that far behind where the 1 kill is a nice, sweet bucket of gold, but as you mentioned, it's only a Bounty Hunter, man.
Yeah, that is the one hero that Cloud9 are pretty okay with getting picked off. His job this game has been pretty much to die, to make space for everyone else. And, well, looks like Lincoln's will be around the corner here for Bounty Hunter. So just
really nice versus the lasso.
Utility, yeah.
The Blink lasso, he still doesn't have 4-stat, but eventually I guess may get it. That is the one way to pull someone far out of position.
Eventually, this Bat Rider will get a Force Staff. You never know. It's like, oh, Jesus. That is like his base core kit. Blink Force, first items pretty much every game.
Good timing, like, you know, sub 20 minutes.
Yeah,
before,
this
even
is
less
like,
than that,
oh, we're contemplating whether or not he'll even be able to finish the Force Staff. That summarizes this game to a
It shows
T,
you how powerful the Bounty Hunter is, because we talked a lot earlier about how he shut down the Chen, but as we touched on briefly, he also shut down the Bat Rider. There were no stacks for him to go back to. And the hero is very reliant on that.
Here we go, Lasso on the Big Daddy. They're going to try to focus the weak one, but Nikwa caught by the Fiend's grip. Now there's a Supernova on top of him. Bat Rider goes down first. Big Daddy's still pretty healthy. We'll see the new BKB from Pycat deployed, but it just doesn't seem to be making a difference. Chen falls, the Lion as well. All of a sudden it's a 2v5, and seems grim that Alliance can make a hold here. No buybacks available, and that's it. GG is called. 31 minutes in. Cloud9 sealed the deal with a staggering lead. What a dominant performance in game one. Now it's Alliance that are up against the ropes, one loss away from elimination.
I mean, you just got to take your hat off to Big Daddy. He pretty much single-handedly won them, gave them a lead that just allowed them to snowball to victory. Everyone played well, everyone did their part, but the Bounty Hunter was the linchpin of the strategy, and time and again, you would just see like 3 heroes following around the jungle. The Queen of Pain rotates in. They just had to commit so much to kill him.
Yeah.
And even when they killed him, it's only a Bounty Hunter, and your Chen's far behind anyway, and half the time they ended up being the ones who gave up the kills.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just made so much space for Envy. He pretty much free-farmed that entire game till he decided, hey, I'm ready to start fighting. I've got my Diffusal, I've got my core kit. Let's do it. And after that, it was almost over at that point, honestly. And then you have this PL who's just been racking up money the whole time. Oof, tough game for Alliance, but
it is a best of 3. It's an elimination match.
Mm.
They can't get too flustered here. It's going to be tough with how brutal this was, as well as the fact that they stuck around. But I'm sure Alliance will look at this game objectively and say, you know what, this was lost early. We did not have tools to deal with the Bounty Hunter, or we needed to do something different to deal with him, and they'll have to bounce back with just a better game too.
All right, so stick around, folks. Game number 2 coming up next.
I was actually one of the first people